Good morning. Welcome to a foggy morning. Obviously, it looks like it in here, but it looks like a bomb has went off in here. So the boat is gone, sold, finito. The new boat is due here, hopefully, the end of January, mid-February, give or take, depending on shipping. Which realistically nowadays it could be August before I get it, the way things go. So, as have a look at the shed or the man cave. That's just destroyed it. That's awful because obviously the boat's gone. Everything's been through in here. Christmas, blah blah blah. It's just been really neglected. So instead of staying here today and cleaning it and doing the right thing, I'm going fishing. So yeah. Right. Plan of attack today. It's really foggy. So I'm leaving it a bit later, not going out just as early as I normally do. Back down to another lake that we fished recently and done quite well on, but I'm going to fish the far side of it this time. I've never fished that side before, so something new. I think I'm going to cast the line throughs today. That's going to be the method I want to use. So I've got line through roach, line through perch, trout, blah, so on. That's what we're going to use. We have also got, obviously, the paddle tails, pulse tails, got the usual stuff with me as well on the off chance the line throughs aren't working, because if I do remember right, that last place was very weedy and the line throughs just might be too heavy, so always have a backup plan. And yeah, we will see us on the water. And we are here. I've had a good Christmas, I tell you that. That was a bit of a struggle getting across that field. Yes, so the plan of attack today is the line throughs, specifically the line through roach, the small version. So I've got a few different colours with me. That's going to be what I want to try today, because I know from the last time there's a lot of weed really high up, really close in, so anything heavier than that will probably bring in quite a bit of weed. There's a lot of fish moving out there. I've actually seen pike hit bait fish already on the surface, which has got me really excited. I do have the perch rod with me as well, because I know there's big perch in here. I don't particularly want to use it. I've got it there as a backup just in case obviously plan A doesn't work. Bit of an issue with the batteries in the GoPro as well. For whatever reason, one of them just stopped working. I do have a few spare, so I'm going to have to be specific in what I film today and try not to waste a lot of battery. But yeah, chomping at the bit to get going, so let's go and see what we can do. Aim of the game for me personally, I don't want to do numbers. I caught quite a few fish here the last day. I want to try and get a bigger fish. 100 centimeters is the target. Let's see. So that's ready. Check my drag. Perfect. Here we go, first cast. Right in to the big ball of bait fish that's swimming on the surface. So, well, as I said, what I remember from the last time, it's really thick weed. There has been a bit of rain over the last week or two, so the water is up slightly, which is good. Good for me in the sense where I'm hopefully not going to catch as much weed. Maybe not so much for the pike fishing, because the water's going to be a lot cooler. And the lures just might be that bit slower. Okay, so no weed that go. I really love using the line throughs. There's just something special about the way they move, because they look so realistic. It's just, I don't know, it's a different feeling than casting out a jerk bait or a paddle tail or whatever it is. It's almost like fishing with a real fish. It's just, there's something special. I really like it, especially when you get a take in close as well. You can see the lure swimming in like a natural fish, and then all of a sudden something just nailing it. It's very thick. Oh, this is getting old very quick. I'll give this a go for another bit, and then what I'll do, I'll probably put the perch pattern on. Just something a bit more natural again than the blue of the roach. The water's very, very clear. I'll let you have a look at our goodies of what we have with us. A bit of everything there, to be honest. So first things first, we'll get this guy off. Thank you for your service, but unfortunately you were found wanting today. So we're going to get the natural perch one on, like I said. Awesome baits, aren't they? They have to just give Salvage Gear a bit of credit in terms of their realism in the baits. It's just right down to the finest detail. Really, really good. It's almost a shame to let a pike chew them up. Almost. Okay, let's go. First cast with the perch lure. Perch pattern, should I say. There's a pike that's just grabbed it right in front of me. oh. So I've got my drag right and tight. I don't think we really need to loosen the drag so much for this guy. I've got bigger lures than this guy at home. But it doesn't matter. It's our first fish. And it just shows the importance of changing your lure colour. So I've been casting in this spot for what, 15 minutes or so. So he's really lightly hooked, this one, so I'm going to just try and be quite gentle with him. I don't want to get a hook in my finger at this time of the day. So as I said, because he's so small, you can see the teeth marks on that guy's tail. He is very much on the menu. So there we go, first one. I hope to catch the one that done that to his tail. But as I said, it shows the importance of changing your lure colour. It's not to say that the natural roach one is a bad lure, far from it. It's actually one of my favourite lures, especially for the trolling. The 32cm versions is an excellent lure. But just some days they want different things. First cast with a perch pattern, bang. Now it was a micro pike, but it's not a blank, and that's all that matters. So the only way is up. Let's go, let's get a bigger one. So I know it's obviously the lake's a fair bit deeper in the middle, especially at the other side over that way. So I'm going to try and make my way around the whole lake, something I've never done before, just walking around the edge of it. I do have a 25cm, sorry, we've just been interrupted by a fish. What I was going to say, we do have a 25cm line through trout, which could be worth a go in the deeper water. Another smallish fish, but it's fish number 2. He's bigger than the last one. So I do have my net with me, but he's not deep hooked. I don't like stressing them out too much by netting them if I don't really need to. So if I can get it unhooked at the side here, I've got the unhooking tools just literally hooked onto my waist. So we'll get the fish unhooked here. Less stress for the fish, less chance of them getting stuck in my net. There we go, nice and easy like that. Less stress, as I said, for the fish. Another fish with a big huge bite mark on it. Thank you for playing. So there's a second fish now with a big bite mark on the back. There's something big in here that likes jacks. Okay, right, so I know this isn't a line through, but the bay that I've come into, it's so shallow up this end. The weed is literally that much under the surface. Well, maybe a bit less than that, or a bit more than that, should I say. And the line throughs are just too heavy. It's just too heavy to fish in it. But there's fish there, there's pike moving in it. So it's just, it would be such a shame not to stick on a lure and fish it properly. You know, may as well see if I can poke something out of it. So we're not sticking to the theme of the video just for this bay, but we'll move back on to the line throughs just when we move out of it. I would be very surprised if we don't pick up a fish in this shallow bay. I would really surprised. Obviously we've already caught one, but with the goby shad, I mean. And if it keeps me out of the weed for a few casts where I don't have to hook through stinking dirty weed with leeches and all sorts in it, then I'll be happy. There we go, we've got a rainbow out. Let's cast into the rainbow. Hopefully there's a 30-pounder at the bottom of it. How awesome would it be if we hooked a massive pike here by casting towards where the rainbow hits the water? I'd probably go home. Freaked out. Oh my god, that was a good fish. That was a good fish. Would you believe that? I can't believe that. Oh, that was solid. What on earth happened there? Oh, I'm devastated. Please follow it in, hit it. Look, there's a boat. He followed that. There was a bow wave behind that lure. I don't believe that. Oh, something's come in there after that. Yeah, I seen him. That was awesome. Wow. Whoa. That was unreal. Right, he's given up now. He sort of lassoed himself. That was unbelievable. Just need to be careful. Best one of the day, best take I've had for quite a while. Believe it or not, that was great. Again, really lightly hooked, as I spoke about earlier. Give you a better look. That was an insane take. Shining in the sunlight. Thank you for playing and thank you for that take. I'll not forget that. Took quite some time. That was great. So there's method then to the madness in the shallow bay. The goby shad's doing the damage. There we go. Pike chasing Fry over in that corner.
Come on. You're there, you have to hit that. Just like that. Must have landed on his head. Oh, he's embedded himself in the weeds. So that's just seen him hitting prey on the surface, and a cast, nothing. Cast again, and he must have hit it as it hit the water. It's just sitting waiting on it. Oh, that's probably the biggest one of the day, in fairness. We'll take that. There we go. Yeah, definitely biggest one of the day. Probably about 5 pounds. Was hardly even hooked. The hooks were just sitting in it. Pristine. Lovely. But it's nice whenever you see them and actually then target it, and sure enough then, bang. And the fog's back. Quick change of venue, jump back in the car. I moved another lake for the last 2 hours. It had went very quiet back at the other lake, so 2 hours, let's go. Okay, at the new lake, down to my last battery on the GoPro. We've got 2 hours really before it's dark. The water, there's a fish, first cast, I hadn't even finished talking. So what I was going to say, the water is up quite a bit more than what it was the last time I was here. It's a dark looking fish, that one. Settle now, settle. He's been caught before, this guy. You can see a bit of hook damage on his bottom jaw. Long and thin, probably the longest fish actually I've caught today, but certainly not the biggest. Goby shad, thank you. Very, very long fish for the weight of it. It's 65, 70 centimeters maybe. If he knows where he wants to go. Just give him a wee helping hand out. Last couple of casts and then we're going to have to hit the road. Daylight's fading. The fogs came in thick and fast again.